Divinely Genuine. It's me. We are back with another chapter read from Occupation of Planet Earth, a Liberation Manual, requested by Empress Rarebird. So we're going to read chapter 3. I know the last few times I've been making videos, I haven't been doing our read, so we're back at it. Okay. Chapter 3, God places a king between us and our inheritance. Let's go back. Okay. So I'm hoping you guys already got your books. If not, you can always grab them on Amazon. That's where I got mine from. I'm pretty sure you can get it from somewhere else, but Amazon for sure. Need something quick. Okay, so we are going to start. The Bible tells us the result that follow when God places a king between us and our divine inheritance. We see in Acts 13:21 that the people asked for a king and that God gave them a king. God gave them Saul, the son of Kish, a man of the tribe of Benjamin, for 40 years. And in 1 Samuel 8, that Samuel was displeased with their request for a king. So he prayed to the Lord, and the Lord said, "Listen to everything the people say to you. You are not the only one they have rejected. I am the only one they have rejected as their king. Ever since I brought them out of Egypt, they have turned away from me and worshiped other gods. And now they are doing it to you. Now they are doing to you what they have always done to me. So listen to them, but give them strict warning and explain how their king will treat them. Explain how their kings will treat them." Okay, let's see. Samuel told the people who were asking him for a king everything that the Lord had said to him. This is how your kings will treat you. Samuel explained. He will make soldiers of your sons. Some of them will serve in his war chariots, others in his cavalry, and others will run before his chariots. He will make some of them officers in charge of 1,000 men and others in charge of 50 men. Your sons will have to plow his fields, harvest his crops, make his weapons and the equipments for his chariots. Your daughters will have to make perfumes for him and work as his cooks and his bakers. He will take the best fields, vineyards, and olive groves and give them to his officials. He will take 1,000 of your grains and your grapes for his court officers and other officials. He will take your servants and your best cattle and donkeys and make them work for him. He will take 1/10 of your flock, and you yourself will become his slaves. When that time comes, you will complain bitterly because of your king, whom yourselves chose, but the Lord will not listen to your complaints. Dang, that's literally, it sounds like the government. Sound like the IRS, sound like the Democrats. That's exactly what it sounds like to me. And then it says, is that not what we are experiencing in the world today? Yes, it is. It is. It actually is. It actually is. Sorry, guys. Okay, let me continue reading. We came into the world southern by the grace of God, our name etched into the book of life. So meaning by the grace of God, our name carved into the book of life. Sovereignty is defined as complete independence of self-government. Just talking about that. Democrats want to control us with the government. Damn. Okay, this is deep. Okay, get back. A sovereign does not have a king that rules over him, for he is the king of his own kingdom. He is not subject to the laws of the state, for he is the source of the law. A sovereign is not taxed nor licensed for the use of his own kingdom and enjoys unalienable rights given him by God. This is our divine inheritance. I get it. Oh my goodness, this is so deep. I'm loving this because this is literally what we're going through. And we've been so stuck. We complain about government. We complain about being controlled. We complain about them being in our business, but we continue to choose them. And it's time. That time is over. This is deep. Thank you, Mama Rare Bird. Thank you, Empress. Thank you. Anubis, out of my kitchen. Okay. Yet I do not feel sovereign, nor does my life reflect that of a sovereign. There is a cascading series, meaning there is a range of series of states within states that impose their laws upon me. I am taxed for the use of my own kingdom. I am taxed when I go to the market and when I practice my own trade. A tax, by definition, is a payment in which for which no direct and specific quid pro quo is rendered to the taxpayer. I must have a license to travel or drive, a license to marry, a license to build a shelter or home, a license, permission. A license is permission to do that which is otherwise unlawful. I now must be licensed to enjoy the unalienable rights who determine my God-given unalienable rights to be unlawful and under what or whose authority they are licensed. Let me read that one more time. God-given unalienable rights to be unlawful and under what or whose authority are they licensed? If not God. I added if not God at the end. It didn't say that. I just added that part. Okay. The state uses our husbands, wives, mothers, and fathers, our sons, our daughters as cannon fodder to fight their perpetual wars against the peoples and nations of the world, and all paid for with our good faith and credit. The state engages in global drug production and distribution while waging a war against drugs that has resulted in increased illicit drug usage and the destruction of millions of lives. They have waged a war on terror that has resulted in increased terror, leaving the people in constant state of fear and mistrust. The state has engaged in a pedophilia, child sex trafficking, and satanic sacrificial rituals, destroying the innocence of the world. Does that not sound exactly what we were warned? Does that not sound exactly what we were warned would be the result when God removed the people's right to rule over their own kingdom, placing a king between us and our divine inheritance? That's government. That's government. That's literally what the Democratic Party wants. To control. To have control over our authority that God gave us. So one more paragraph. It says, I'm going to read that other part over because I added some stuff. It says, does that not sound exactly what we were warned would be the result when God removed the people's right to rule over their own kingdom, placing a king, i.e. the government, i.e. the Democrats, between us and our divine inheritance? So, if the perpetual wars, death, and destruction, the extreme and ever-pervasive corruption and depravity of our geopolitical structure, and the enslavement of the people under a mountain of unsustainable debt are not the unintended effects of random flaws, are brutal hijackings of humanity by unscrupulous tyrants, meaning no morals having tyrants, by rather the intended symptoms and side effects of well-designed plan unfolded with divine exactness and with specific intent, maybe we should dive deeper into the grand plan. This is so deep. Oh, this is... I can see I'm left-handed, so looks a little weird. That was deep. That got me thinking so much, because that's literally what we're going through right now. And we've been literally complaining about government so much, but a lot of us, not me, because I became independent when I was 19 years old. And I found out that the KKK started because I was a psychologist major. So once I found out in political science class, my professor, which was a black woman, she was teaching us how that the KKK, was basically the founders of the Democratic Party, and they fought to keep slavery in. Once I found that out, I became independent. So I've been independent for a long time, but I know majority of black people, like before, it just something that you just knew you did. As soon as you hit 18, you apply for the Democratic Party, but just because you thought that it was a black people who started it, and it wasn't. It was black people started the Republican Party. So yes, this was pretty deep. Y'all get y'all book, Occupation of Planet Earth Liberation Manual. This was a really good a good chapter. I need to start reading more. I haven't read. I've been saying I wanted to read only when I'm reading with y'all, but I might just read it before and stuff. But this was a really great chapter. Make sure y'all get y'all chapters. Nubis, say hey. But as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so my soul. I thank you. I love you. Anubis nails need to be cut. And make sure y'all get y'all book. We gonna read. We gonna be a little more consistent. Can y'all tell me what this is, Oregon? But yeah. I will talk to you guys next time. That was a good little chapter. That got me thinking so much. It's just this. I've never been in so much inflation ever. I never really, even when we was in inflation, I never really felt it. Like, I actually feel this, and I'm so fed up. I'm so fed up with government able to hike up prices whenever, and we can't say anything, do anything about it. And it's time, you guys, put God first. God over government. God over government. Stop being afraid and feeling like you need someone to control you, teach you, and tell you how to live. God gave us everything we need. If you don't know, go read that Bible. The Bible is going to teach you. If you any questions you have, anything you need to go through, that's what the Bible is there for. People done been through it already. People done been through it. That's why it's the greatest book, because people is just examples of how to live and how to get through life. That's what you use that Bible for. You don't use it to control people. You use it to find out. You need questions answered, and you don't want to talk to nobody. You don't want to speak to those who came before you. Then you read that book and you get your answers. You ask God to reveal it. Don't be afraid. That's the whole point of having faith. You can't say you love God and then you want government to control your life. Do not ever allow man to have control over what God has given you. And what's that? Grace. 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 He has given us grace, and his grace is sufficient enough in all things at all times. I thank you guys for coming on here. I thank you. I love you. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. And please put God over government. Please have faith in God. Don't allow fear to make you make the wrong decisions within yourself, for your children, for those you have to take care of. And stop being prejudiced. Stop feeling because you may be black, you can't be prejudiced, because you can. And that don't mean you should. Entitlement needs to stop. Excuses need to stop. We're grown. And God is the ruler of all. Divine is the ruler of all. Let this government go. God over government. Faith over fear. And grace in all things. This chapter got me in my feelings. I ain't even gonna lie. We'll read this one next video. Please like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Don't be a hater. Like and subscribe. And put God in all things you do. It must be Mercury retrograde. I feel it. I don't know. I know it's supposed to be coming up on the 28th, but it started early over here. So, thank you. I love you. As above, so below. As within, so without. As the universe, so my soul. I thank you. And I love you. I thank God. And I put you in all things I do. God, divine, my love. It is time we wake up. All right. Occupation of planet Earth. Money mantra. Royal me, royal me, royal me. Everything wants to royal me. I see the 11s and lucky like 7s receiving my blessings enjoyably. I'm open to it and I'm ready. My mind and my energy steady. Receiving the flood of the blessings that come in like water the flow is so heavy. Stay true to you.